Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion, located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street, in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. And by Pete's Pizza, celebrating 40 years serving the St. Catharines and Niagara Falls area. Pete's Pizza. Life is not about finding yourself, it's about finding pizza. If you're hungry, visit petespizzaniagara.ca. Celebrating 5 years. This is Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
What is the most expensive fruit that you can buy?
Are you a shush boomer? Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy. And for 5 years, we have been scouring the internet to find out this useless information just for you.
And nobody else. Plus, we'll answer your question in the mailbag segment. And this week is a doozy. And in the news, a French company gets hacked by ransomware. Guess what? They wanted a lot of dough.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
Your weekly sweet and savory facts of totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Come and get it!
She's been hiding out.
She sounds mad. She sounds mad.
She sounds hungry. Hey, welcome back. Thanks very much for joining us once again, week after week, 75 countries. And that's my clue. That's my hint for our upcoming Christmas special coming up in December. We are in 75 countries. That's all I'm going to tell them. That's it. No more teasing. Okay. Right off the bat.
How many countries?
75 countries and counting.
I thought you said no more teasing.
Oh, sorry. Wow. True or false? Plum sauce has pumpkin in it.
What sauce?
Plum sauce.
Plum sauce.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
That's the sauce that you dip your chicken fingers in and all that stuff?
Oh, okay. So more like the mandarin orange type sauce for the Chinese food?
Yeah,
Is that what?
that's it. True or false? Plum sauce has pumpkin in it.
False.
True. Now, the list of ingredients in any product is based on the amount of that product in, what you're reading. So, for example, in plum sauce, it contains water, the number one ingredient, glucose, fructose, third item that's listed, pumpkin, then brown sugar, then vinegar, then modified cornstarch, then tomato paste, and then plums, followed by salt,
wow.
dehydrated garlic, spice, flavor, and citric acid. Because pumpkin is listed before plums, plum sauce has more pumpkin than plums.
That's crazy.
Now, this is courtesy of one of our friends, one of our followers. Actually, you heard him wish us a great happy 5 years. Tony Chapman from Tony Chapman Reactions. He has a podcast, Chatter That Matters. And I often joke with him when I say, you have a show that's called Chatter That Matters. We have a show that chatter that doesn't matter. So thank you, Tony Chapman.
At least for you, Nick.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you, Tony Chapman.
Pennsylvania has a lot of fun guys in it.
Really?
Did you get it? A lot of fun guys.
They like to party? Is that what you mean?
In fact, Kennett Square in Pennsylvania is known as the mushroom capital of the world.
Oh.
You often think of Pennsylvania, think of Hershey chocolate, right?
Of course.
I mean, chocolate capital of the world. Well, Pennsylvania has the largest mushroom exporting, second is California, but Pennsylvania is the number one exporter of mushrooms. And Kennett Square in Pennsylvania is known as the mushroom capital of the world.
Here's a great invention. How about chocolate-covered mushrooms, huh? What about that idea? What do you think?
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound good at all. That sounds disgusting.
Okay.
I mean, you can put chocolate on just about anything, but not mushrooms or okra.
Oh, right. Yes. Oh, she had a great show, by the way. Okra. I'm sorry. So I'm going to give you a whole bunch of food slogans, and I'm sure as soon as you hear it, I'm sure you'll know what product we're talking about. But we're talking about food on totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Finger licking good, of course, is KFC. KFC's classic.
Oh, is that it?
That's it. Finger lick.
Okay.
No. KFC's classic slogan was created in 1956 after a franchisee by the name of Dave Harmon was featured in a television commercial. He was messily chowing down on some of the chicken. An irate viewer called the company to ask why Harmon was licking his fingers, to which the manager said, "Well, it's finger licking good." And so finger licking good was used in KFC advertisement for decades. But in 2011, the fast food chain decided it was time for a slogan to kick the bargain bucket. And so the phrase's greasy connotations didn't gel with KFC's healthier makeover. Yeah, it's fast food, and they're looking for healthier makeovers. Whatever. Although it's simply embedded in the public consciousness, because every time you see or hear about KFC, it's finger licking good.
Yeah, they should have never gotten rid of that slogan.
Now it's just so good. Well, maybe the slogan's not so good in our opinion.
Yeah, now it's just called a bucket of oil. I was in Italy a few months ago, so was Nick.
Yep.
About a month before me, I believe.
Yes, it was. It's true.
And we went to Italy. Nick, I got to ask you this question, because we were in Venice, and we went into this small little cute restaurant in one of these piazzas. You know, it's just just amazing.
Yeah.
We had salad, and we had balsamic vinegar on the salad.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it didn't even taste like balsamic vinegar. I didn't even know what the hell we were eating. It was so damn good.
Oh.
I said to the guy, "What is in the dressing?" And he said, "Balsamic vinegar." And I said, "Yeah, but it doesn't taste like the balsamic vinegar that I get." And he said, "That's because you get the fraud."
Really?
And I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yes." And he gave me a history. Thank you, Giuseppe.
Okay.
12 to 25 years Italian balsamic vinegar is aged.
Oh.
And it must be the Trebbiano grapes. And it is in Modena, Italy, the home of Ferrari. It's the Trebbiano grape, and it is made in Modena, and it is 12 to 25 years old. He says the stuff that we get, he says, is a garbage. He said, "You get the vinegar, the wine of vinegar with some sweeter stuff in it. It tastes like the garbage."
Boy, your Italian accent is excellent. It's impeccable.
You love that, right?
Yeah. That's what the chicken said. When once the chicken said to the other, "You're impeccable." All right, so here's another flute. Where that came from, but whatever. Burger King. What's Burger King's slogan? Come on, everyone, all at once.
Have it your way.
That's right. Burger King adopted the "Have It Your Way" slogan in 1974. The idea that you can customize a fast food burger was pretty much revolutionary at the time, and it was really quite different from the, get this, arch rival McDonald's. See what I did there? Arch rival. Thank you. The flame grilled.
That was finger licking good.
Yeah, finger licking in your eye. The flame grilled burger, the chain stuck with the slogan on and off for decades, but decided in 2014 it was time for a change, because why leave well enough alone, right? So it settled on the millennial-friendly "Be Your Way." While "Have It Your Way" refers only to the product, "Be Your Way" is designed to connect with customers' lifestyles.
You know, I think we spoke about it on the show. I heard it somewhere. The Big Mac was not invented till after the Whopper. The Whopper was invented because they felt that the burgers on the Big Mac were so small,
right,
that they would make this bigger burger and call it the Whopper. And then of course they started doing well, and the McDonald's said, "We got to do something," and they made the Big Mac.
Well, here's a teaser for you. You mentioned the Big Mac. My next food topic is about the Big Mac.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay, listen to this one. This is a phobia that my wife has. She has had it for the 41 years that we're married.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sad phobia.
Okay.
It's called magioracophobia.
Which is?
Notice I put the Italian accent in
Very
there.
good, yeah.
Magioracophobia. It is the fear of cooking.
Oh, no. Wow.
I shouldn't say that.
No.
She just baked. You know what she baked today, Nick?
What?
The Italian cookies with the jelly in them. And then you dip them in the chocolate and put the sprinkles on them.
Yeah. She makes those?
Oh,
like the ones you buy at the
yes.
bakery?
Oh, yes. Even better than the bakery.
And I'm sorry, your address again is what? The line forms here. There you go. Wow. That's amazing. Okay. So my address is, you can send a whole batch of cookies.
Yeah.
Well, they are good. If you ever walked into an Italian bakery, you could smell the great stuff, and then you see those cookies, man. It's just great. It reminds me of my childhood because whenever company would come over, we'd go to the bakery. It was a place called Salindom's in the Bronx. I don't know if it's still around, but
remember Salidam.
Salidam. So yeah, Salindom's was a great store, bakery, not too far from where I lived, and they had some great stuff. Now, going back to the Big Mac, 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. That was the slogan. So what was it? Well, it was the Big Mac. The Big Mac was described that way. The classic McDonald's slogan is a bit of a mouthful. See what else I did there? See, I'm on it today.
It was very good, Nick.
Thank
you.
Yeah. Not okay. So the phrase, which was created by an advertising agency, Needham, Harper, and Steers, appeared as a rapped jingle in a popular 1970s campaign. A slew of McDonald's restaurants offered free drinks to customers who could recite the slogan in under 4 seconds. So the retired slogan, which is still widely remembered by people of a certain age, like our age, has since been revived by the chain twice. First in 2003, and then 2008. 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, on a sesame seed bun. And by the way, you're right. The Burger King had this Whopper, started selling in 1957. 11 years before the Big Mac was introduced.
And the reason for Have It Your Way was because McDonald's came out with the 2 all-beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions. You couldn't have it your way.
That's
so
right.
They said, we'll counteract that by saying, you don't need a jingle here. You can have it your way.
Yeah, that's right. Now it's known, but now it's Be Your Way.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. You know, in October, we all had a great time celebrating Pizza Month. Now that we're in a new month, any time of the year is a good time to visit Pete's Pizza.
I say when it comes to Pete's, every month is Pizza Month, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
Pete's Pizza knows the only way to make a perfect pizza is by using the freshest ingredients.
Every day they roll out with their own dough to create their signature pizzas.
Since 1984, the 6 Niagara locations have been known as the small pizzerias that are big on taste and easy on your budget. With locations across St. Catharines and Niagara Falls, you're just minutes away from some of the best pizza and wings in town.
Always open late. Find a Pete's Pizza near you.
I don't know about you, Nick. I'll tell you, I'm starting to feel hungry just talking about Pete's Pizza.
Yeah.
If you've never had Pete's Pizza, you have to try it. And go to their website, Pete'sPizzaNiagara.ca. That's Pete'sPizzaNiagara.ca.
By the way, Roy, they called me the other day. They said, please tell Roy, stop licking the screen. Check out their specially marked pizza boxes. When you go to Pete's Pizza and order a pizza, Roy and I have provided useless pizza facts. So when you go there, look for those specially marked boxes. It's a lot of fun. You know, they've been around for 40 years, and Pete's Pizza is family-owned and operated. They began at one location off Pleasant Avenue in St. Catharines, and over 40 years later, the original shop at 6 Pleasant Avenue is still open, as well as the other locations in St. Catharines and Niagara Falls to serve you. So if you're hungry, just like Roy is, visit their website, Pete'sPizzaNiagara.ca. That's Pete'sPizzaNiagara.ca.
Plus, they're the greatest people in the world. They do so much for the community. Life is not about finding yourself, Nick. Life is about finding pizza.
Pete's Pizza.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy continues. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Okay, so here's my teaser.
All right.
The Yubari King cantaloupe, that is the Yubari King cantaloupe, is the most expensive fruit in the world. One of them recently sold at auction. That's how rare they are.
Right.
Nick, how much do you think for a cantaloupe?
$10.
You're a little bit off. $27,295.
What?
You
One more
You
time.
heard
How
me.
much? No, tell me again. How much?
$27,295, and no prosciutto.
No, I was going to say. I was just going to ask you, does that include like a fresh prosciutto or speck? No?
Can you imagine $27,000 for a melon? You got to be a pretty stupid. You got to have an empty melon to purchase that.
Absolutely. Hey, this is something we're full of. It's full of totally useless information with Nick and Roy. That's us. Thanks for joining us. We had someone come up to us and they said, hey, we really like your show. Do you have a website? I'm like, do we have a website? Come on now. Really? We have a website. And because I'm Nick and he's Roy, this is how clever we are. This is our website, nickandroy.com. See?
You can't forget that.
No,
it's like
Nick,
2 old beef patty special sauce. nickandroy.com.
nickandroy.com. And if you go to the Nick and Roy store on nickandroy.com, you'll find an opportunity for you to order a very special birthday message for your loved one.
All we do, we get a lot of mail, folks. And when we go through our mail, Nick goes through some, I go through some, we kind of check them off.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny part is that a lot of the mail that we get are from either people that heard the birthday messages, people that purchased the birthday messages, or people that received them. Either way, they are a smash hit. If you go to nickandroy.com and type on the Nick and Roy store, you'll see birthday messages. There's a sample there. Click on it. It is a totally useless information mini show made for the person that you love, that you bought it for their birthday or special events that we have listed. Let me tell you something. It is the greatest gift you could give to anybody. For the person that has everything, they don't have this. And when they get it, they're going to flip out and tell everyone they know. It's fantastic.
Absolutely terrific. nickandroy.com.
Sports. Play ball.
Have you ever heard of the Sports Illustrated front cover jinx?
No, but I've seen the Sports Illustrated cover. I used to watch it a lot when I was much younger in high school. I enjoyed the expose of the bathing suits.
Right. In fact, you enjoyed them so much you went out and bought 2 or 3 of them. The Sports Illustrated cover jinx is an urban legend that states that individuals or teams who appear on the cover of Sports Illustrated magazine will subsequently be jinxed. So if an athlete had a pretty bad game after appearing on the cover, that performance would then be misperceived as being related to or even possibly caused by the appearance on the magazine cover. So there are a lot of examples of so-called jinxes. It may be extensive, but some records contradict the existence of a curse. For example, Vince Young discredited the Sports Illustrated jinx by appearing on the cover of Sports Illustrated twice during Texas National Championship season. Emmitt Smith appeared on the cover the same week the Dallas Cowboys won Super Bowl 28. In the America's Game documentary, Smith recalled that he adamantly wanted off the cover for the fear of the jinx, but regardless, the Cowboys went on to win their 2nd consecutive title of the 1990s and 4th in team history.
Listen, Nick, do you like boxing?
I can't say that I don't follow it, no, but I've watched boxing. I would sit there and watch and going, what are they doing and why?
I love boxing.
Okay.
I love boxing.
All right. What about
I really do. I've loved it, and I've taken my wife to go see Tyson matches in the 80s. I just love boxing. It's fantastic.
That's a great date. All right, go on, yeah.
Yeah, but now let me just explain something. Don't take your wife because she'll learn how to give a left hook. No. But listen.
Yeah.
I watch all boxing. I watch it for years. 30, 40 years I've been watching boxing. I never knew that McCall fought Lennox Lewis.
Oh,
This is years ago,
okay.
and I never knew this. And I just watched it on a YouTube. McCall fights Lennox Lewis for the second time. McCall has a mental nervous breakdown in the ring on the 5th round, begins to walk around the ring, hysterical crying, to a point where when they ring the bell to fight, he doesn't want to fight. He's just crying. He literally was then, he was committed to a psychiatric institution 2 days later. I did not know that.
Wow.
That is a piece of useless information that I couldn't believe myself. So, but anyway, I love boxing.
Mm-hmm.
But did you know that it was illegal in the United States until in 1896, New York City legalized boxing? Then within a few years, all other states followed along, but it took until 1896 for New York to say it's okay to box.
Wow. See? Totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Here's my teaser. Are you a shush boomer?
Yeah, what is that?
Let me ask you this question then. I never answer a question with a question, but are you a skier? Have you ever gone skiing?
I loved skiing when I lived up north.
Okay. So I went skiing, I think, once, and the bunny run was way, way too much for me. So I just kind of sat in the chalet and drank hot chocolate.
Yeah.
A shush boomer is a skier who's skilled at shushing. You know what? I thought it was one of my girlfriends. She was really good at shushing. Shh.
Is shushing the side-to-side motion?
Shushing is skiing on a straight downhill run at high speed.
Oh, it's the different. It's the opposite.
That's right. So if you're a shush boomer, you're shushing, which is you're skiing on a straight
The
downhill
first time
run.
my wife skied, she was a shush boomer. She got off the lift and just went straight down. She had no control, no nothing.
Right.
She went from the top to the chalet in like 2 seconds. She looked like a blur to most people.
Right.
She never fell until she got to the chalet, at which point she couldn't stop, so she just threw herself.
And now she's working. Now she's working in the kitchen. Go figure.
Yeah. This one coming up, I love. In the sport of shooting, okay?
Yeah.
There's an Olympic sport for shooting.
Of course.
This is crazy, Nick. You know you have performance-enhancing drugs?
Yes.
Well, you have a performance-enhancing drug, which is illegal in shooting. And do you know what the drug is?
I have no idea. I really don't.
Alcohol.
Oh.
Liquor is considered a performance-enhancing drug during shooting matches because it calms the shooter down, giving them a greater ability and less shake to fire at the target. This I find crazy. A bunch of drunks at a shooting range. What could go wrong?
I know, right?
What the hell? If it doesn't work good for driving, why the hell would it work good for shooting?
Yeah, sorry, officer. I was drinking because I really needed to calm down. Like, come on. The following couple of facts I'm going to talk about NHL and the National Hockey League team mascots. So every team and all sports practically have mascots. There's the oversized animal or person or whatever that's supposed to cheerleaders for the teams basically. So today I'm going to focus on hockey. So of course, being from Toronto, I'll give you the Toronto Maple Leafs mascot. His name is Carlton. He's 6'4", polar bear. The official mascot of the Toronto Maple Leafs. His first public appearance was on October 10th, 1995 at the Leafs home opener in Toronto against the New York Islanders. Now, the reason why I think, this is my guess, the reason why they called it Carlton is because Maple Leaf Gardens, where they used to play, used to be on Carlton Street. And so they named the mascot based on the street they were on. So Carlton the Bear is Toronto Maple Leafs mascot. Now, since you live down in Florida, I figured let me just include the Tampa Bay Lightning. Their mascot is called Thunderbug. It's a black and yellow lightning bug. Do you guys have a lot of lightning bugs down in Florida where you are?
Not really, no, but I guess because of the lightning, they picked the lightning
bug, and it wears a jersey.
We do strange things here in Florida, Nick.
Oh, yes. Believe me, I know. I've seen it. So it's a black and yellow lightning bug. It wears the jersey with the numbers 00. And he plays a bass drum to simulate a thunderclap. Thunderbug leads the pregame ritual by accompanying Thunderstruck by AC/DC with his drum. Very clever. And during the game, he usually walks around the stands, launches T-shirts to fans, and providing a bass rhythm during organized cheers and chants. Thunderbug.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Today I figured out how we got to this moment in history.
How?
The winners of the Olympics of older times,
Yes.
the winner of the sport was given an olive branch and a silver medal or coin. So he was handed an olive branch and a coin. You're the winner. Great.
Okay.
Everybody else got to watch that.
Okay.
It's not until years later that they said, well, let's give it to the winner, the guy that comes in second, the guy that comes in third. Now we got to the point where everybody gets a trophy.
Yes.
The winner gets the trophy, folks.
Yeah.
Everybody else should get to watch.
Right.
That's what breeds excellence.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
A little bit of heartbreak breeds excellence. Just ask a guy who was married 4 times.
Yes. He's been shushed too many times, I think.
Yeah, he's been shushed.
What was, I think it was Ronnie Dangerfield, he said, yeah, I'm no bargain. He says, I won the gold medal in the Olympics. I had it bronzed. So a couple of more NHL hockey mascots. The Florida Panthers. I think they play in Miami, don't they? The other side of where you are? Florida, I believe.
I believe so, yes.
Their mascot is Stanley C. Panther. Was named in 1995 by Daryl Ambrosini. And the mascot is an anthropomorphic Florida Panther, hence the name of the mascot. He's named after the Stanley Cup, Stanley C. Panther. By the way, you're wondering, and I know you're wondering, what the heck is an anthropomorphic person? I was
wondering that, Nick.
Yeah, what is an anthropomorphic? It is someone that refers to attributing human traits, emotions, or intentions to non-human entities. So he pretends to be a human, but he's not. Stanley C.
Well, I got
Panther.
one even better for you.
Wait a minute.
That's totally useless.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
There is no such thing. Okay. Oh, you got more?
Just one last point here. The
Yes.
NHL's very first mascot was Harvey of the Calgary Flames, debuted in 1984, and as of 2024, the New York Rangers are the only team without a mascot in the NHL.
Yeah, because in New York, they probably killed the mascot because they lose so much.
Yeah, because he shushed the crowd.
Yeah, somebody killed that mascot. Listen,
Yeah.
the Florida Panthers, right?
Yes.
Florida Panther. There is no such thing as a Florida Panther. They are bobcats. But for some reason, they gave it the name Panther, and it stuck. So now it's the Florida Panther. But it really is the Florida Bobcat.
Yeah, because whenever they score a goal, I believe they play the sound of a bobcat when they announce the goal.
It is a Bobcat.
Okay.
Yeah, because there is no such thing as a Florida Panther. But we call them that. Because, again, it's Florida.
Right.
We do crazy things.
Exactly.
Woo.
All right.
Okay. Minoru Yoshida of Japan.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound familiar, does it?
I can't say that it's no. Who is he or was he?
He has the world record, and this is crazy. He has the world record for non-stop push-ups. Considered a sport, Guinness World Book of Records. Non-stop push-ups. How many, Nick, do you think?
Push-ups nonstop. Okay. Do you know how long he did this for?
No.
'Cause I'm trying to calculate.
He didn't have a time limit. He just couldn't stop. He had to keep doing push-ups.
575.
10,507. How is that even possible? Yoshida is also the man who has the world record of the shortest arms because they retracted into his body. 10,000 push-ups.
Yeah, I think he's. You know what? I think he's full of Yoshida. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Once again, you visit our website, nickandroy.com, and we'll talk about an email later on. But in the meantime,
Throw away your totally useless GPS. It's time for geography. So get lost with Nick and Roy.
You know, Nick,
yes,
the U.S. has a lot of coastline, and I know Canada has a good amount of coastline as well.
that's right.
but most of your country is divided by the United States.
Mm-hmm.
But the U.S. has a good amount of coastline. But I did not know this. Because you think of the U.S. coastline as New York, the Eastern Seaboard, California, the Western coastline.
Uh-huh.
No, 47,300 miles of U.S. coastline is Alaska.
Oh.
It's all coastline. 47. That's insane, right? 47. Let me read this again to you because it just doesn't make sense. 47,300 miles in the state of Alaska.
Yeah. Wow.
Crazy.
It is. Wear comfortable shoes.
Wear comfortable snowshoes.
That's right. Absolutely. And you'd be shushing all the way around the coast of Alaska. You see how it
all comes back to the old shush.
Just shusher. Yeah, we're shusher boomers because we're of a certain age.
I wish you'd shush up.
Right.
This one's for the tree huggers. The Amazon rainforest, it's important for things like medical stuff, drugs, things like that. But did you know it supplies the earth with 20% of our oxygen?
Oh.
The ocean takes up a great amount. Of course, the trees around the world also add to it. And the ocean comes in like second place to the Amazon for supplying oxygen.
Okay, so how many languages are spoken in New Guinea as opposed to Old Guinea? Papua New Guinea, a sovereign state in Oceania, is the most linguistically diverse country in the world.
Oh, wow.
There are 839 living languages spoken in that country. 839.
Are you serious?
In Papua New Guinea. That's correct.
Maybe because it was a heavy trading place or something. I don't know. But see, folks, this is the show where you get stuff that you never imagined you'd learn today. You learned about an overpriced cantaloupe, Nick shushing all over the place. We got people drinking and shooting.
Yes, all kinds of stuff.
Canada is a big place, Nick.
Yes.
It's huge. It's 163,000 square miles, Canada?
Yes.
Well, California is only 9,900, so less than 10,000 square miles, California. You guys are 163,996, so almost 164,000 square miles is Canada.
Yes.
Your population, 38 million. California's population, 40 million.
Actually, just a little bit of an update there. We've surpassed 40 million people. Yeah, we've been getting busy the past couple of years.
Yeah, well, we put a trampoline at the Mexican border.
Yeah.
So when they go to jump the fence, they jump right over the United States into Canada.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so in South America, I mean, it's a peninsula, right? Like it's surrounded by water. You're thinking it shouldn't have any countries that are landlocked, right?
Right.
Right. In South America, there are two countries that are landlocked. It's Paraguay and Bolivia.
It could be Paraguay as well. I've heard it pronounced like that, but we say Paraguay.
Paraguay and Bolivia are the two landlocked countries in South America. Of course, landlocked is a country that has no access to marine water bodies, and it's entirely bordered by land. So Paraguay, and Bolivia are basically, they don't have a navy even, right? Because they don't have a sea border. So there are two landlocked countries in South America.
Did you know, Nick, Paraguay was a very big spot for Nazi Germans after World War II. They got out of the country before the end of the war and went to Paraguay in South America. The lowest on-land elevation in the world. It is 1,388 feet below sea level.
Oh.
Okay? You know what that place is? The Dead Sea.
Oh.
The Dead Sea is 1,388 feet below sea level of the globe.
Wow.
And it sinks 3 feet every year. That's insane.
That's mind-boggling.
So if you were to stand on the shoreline for 2 years, you'd be underwater.
Stand right
You
there.
better shush your way out of that one.
That's right.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
Attention, everyone. It's Black Friday, the absolute best time to restock your wardrobe. For the office, an event, or a night out, be ready for it all. Nick and Roy for Tom's Place. It's always important to look your best, and Tom has you covered.
From sharp business casual to stylish sports coats and sophisticated suits and tuxedos.
Everything a man needs for less, like incredible deals on select dress shirts for only $60. Designer suits starting at $650, now slashed at $375, or an amazing 3 for $1,000. Plus, a huge selection of sports jackets are now 50% off. And that's not all.
Oh my God, his prices are insane. The second floor prices are slashed on suits, sports coats, dress shirts, and pants. Check out their website at toms-place.com. That's toms-place.com for details and even more great deals.
Tom's Place Black Friday sale now on at Tom's Place, 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market. Visit Tom's Place at toms-place.com.
Tom's Place will suit you.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
So my mailbag today comes from Perry, and he's from Ontario. And I'm not sure exactly where, but he's a listener to our show on News Talk 1010 in Toronto. We're part of the iHeartRadio Talk Network. Like we said, we're in 75 different countries. But in Canada, we are coast to coast to coast because we have 3 coasts up here, 3 coasts Canadian, 2 U.S. And on the iHeartRadio Talk Network. And so Perry wrote in, and he heard us last week actually talking about knickers. And he said, you know, when you say Nick and Roy, it sounds like both of you wear knickers. Nick and Roy, knickers, right? So I'm thinking, all right, since Perry, you brought this up, these knickers are for you, okay? So I found out this is where knickers came from. Have you ever worn knickers in your life?
I actually wore something very similar, the lederhosen.
Right.
The German lederhosen when I
Okay.
was a kid. We'd go to the German festivals, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's a little bit longer short.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was last week, by the way, folks. Knickers.
Although I put my Snickers in the freezer before I eat.
That's right. Knickers derives from knickerbockers, or loose-fitting short pants gathered at the knee. Because the city's early Dutch settlers wore those pants, New Yorkers were known as knickerbockers. And the Knickerbockers, of course, more commonly known in the NBA as the Knicks, are the name of New York's NBA team, the Knickerbockers. All right?
Yeah.
So that had me wondering, what other ways are there to call our undergarments? Because I think about this all the time, don't you?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah. So here are some
But I'm
other...
going to hear it.
Yes, we are. Because I don't stop at where the listener sent us this the question about knickers. Okay, so I said, what are other ways that we call our undergarments? There's Merry Widow, some pretties, which is what Roy wears on Saturday nights, pretties. Tap pants. They're really long enough or short enough where you can actually tap dance without messing your pants. And underdrawers. Now you're thinking, your drawers, put down your drawers, right? You're thinking, where did the word drawers come from? Well, it's been used since the 18th century to refer to garments such as stockings, underpants, and pants. It comes from the verb draw, used in the sense of pull, probably because you had to pull them up your legs. Drawers.
Ah,
There you have
so
it.
draw them up.
Exactly.
Very, very interesting, Nick.
Yeah.
Marion
Yes.
from New York City says,
Yes.
wow, my dad was blown away. Marion, I just want you to know, Nick and I both have alibis.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
She said, my dad was blown away. I want to thank you guys so much. I've never seen my dad so happy about a birthday gift ever. This really was his best gift ever. He can't stop thanking me. He's told all his friends, he's playing it to me constantly. You made me look like a superstar.
Oh.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, Marion from New York City, thank you. And we do remember who your dad is, because we said at the end, this is from your loving daughter, Marion. So I want to bring up something else too that's pretty cool and pretty interesting. 2 days ago in Toronto, Canada, Nick watched Joe Avati do his performance, his comedy show in Toronto, Canada.
Right.
2 days later, I got to go see Joe Avati in Naples, Florida.
Right.
So, and we've interviewed Joe before. He's such a great guy. He's a fantastic comedian. He's an Italian comedian. He had us dying. People were cracking up. And we both did little interviews.
So I asked him something about culture and why it's so important to continue to talk about and celebrate our culture. Tell me why culture is so important in life.
Well, because it's a root of our where we come from, and you know, where we come from is a very rich culture of thousands and thousands of years. So how could you not beat that?
Fantastic. Thank you, Joe. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, mate.
We'll talk later about
about Florida.
Ciao, ciao. Because actually one of our topics here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is customs and traditions, right? So we talk about culture as well. And then Roy asked him, actually, I'm going to play for you a bit of audio from Roy when he visited Joe Avati in Naples, Florida, because as you'll hear, Joe Avati, when he was on our show, Roy said, "Why don't you come down to Florida?" And I think he listened to you, and he wound up there. And this is how that went.
Hey, it's Roy from Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, and I am standing outside of Off the Hook with Joe Avati. Joe, how you doing, man?
I'm well, mate. I'm really well.
I know. Nick interviewed you 2 days ago in Toronto.
That's right.
And this is why we did this, because 2 years ago I said to Joe when we interviewed him on the show, I said, Joe, you got to get down to Naples, Florida.
Yeah.
But he thought he was going to Naples, Italy, I believe, right?
Exactly right. That's why I didn't look you up.
Listen, it was a great show, man. Awesome show. Thanks
Thank you
again.
very much.
And we're going to put together a thing, and we'll give you a call, and we'll put the whole thing together.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay.
Great show.
I just thought it was really cool that you had seen him a couple of days before, like, 1,600 miles away, and a couple of days later I see him, and we both know him. It was pretty fun.
Yeah,
it was cool.
It was funny. He was like, "This is Naples, Florida, not Naples, Italy, right?" Yeah, he knew that. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was so funny.
Yeah, check him out, joeavati.com. Hey, today on the show we talked about food, we talked about sports and shushing, we talked about geography. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
Hungry hackers have demanded that France's Schneider Electric pay a $125,000 ransom. You know, ransomware, when they take over your computer system and your files and they won't release them until you pay what they ask you, right? It's ransomware.
Sure.
$125,000 these hungry hackers demanded. $125,000 in baguettes.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
They wanted baguettes.
That's right. That's why I said in my teaser about the news from around
Or did
the
they
world.
just call it that? We want 100 and some odd thousand baguettes.
No, they wanted
almost like moolah.
No, they wanted the actual baguettes, the bread. A hacker group may have stolen 40 gigabytes of data from this major French energy management and automation group after successfully penetrating their system. If the ransom demands weren't fulfilled, the threat is that sensitive data, including the information about company projects, staff, and user data, will be spilled.
I think I figured this out, though, Nick.
You did?
I honestly think I figured this out.
How?
I think maybe this guy had lost his job, and his wife probably said to him, "How are you going to bring home the bread?"
That's right. No.
And that's the way he did it.
But he took it literally because so the hacker indicated that Schneider, the company, should publicly admit that they were actually breached. So sometimes companies don't want to publicize that because it makes them look bad. But the hackers told Schneider Energy Company to publicly admit the latest data breach, and then they would cut the ransom in half.
So how many breads did they want?
So then if they admit that they were hacked, their data was breached, the ransom would be decreased to $62,500 worth of baguettes.
How did they expect this delivery? Did they want it in a delivery truck, a bread truck?
I'm not sure.
Did they want them to build a very large bread box? I mean, how did they expect to get this bread? And did they check with the closest breadcrumb factories that they take the stale bread and crush it up?
We're not sure.
Because I don't understand this. Was it them just trying to get them to admit that they were breached?
I don't
Or did
know.
they really want the bread? And did this transaction take place?
Well, while you're figuring all that out, Schneider Electric is still investigating the cybersecurity incident, because really, when you come down to it, that's what it is. It's unauthorized access of their internal projects and data and everything else. Okay.
Yeah, so they're not procrastinating. They're not loafing on this.
No, they're not. That's right. Any way you slice it, they were breached. The firm said that the global incident response team was on the case right away, but insisted that Schneider's electric products and services remain unaffected. Okay.
Yeah, they put that famous woman detective on it. I can't remember her name, but she wears her hair in a bun.
Right.
So they wanted all the dough.
That's right.
And then half the dough if they admitted.
That's right.
Wow.
There you have it.
That is amazing. See, if they were smart, those people would have kept all that information on a SIM Alina card.
Wow.
Who baked up this scheme?
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
You know what's funny, Nick?
What?
People that are listening,
Yes.
They think we write this stuff down. Folks, we don't. This is literally our defective brains just leaking out into the internet.
No, this is our totally useless brain at work. That's all the time that we have for this episode of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We thank you very much for listening. We will scour the internet and other sources to find out more totally useless information just for you.
Well, until then, folks, please tell all your friends to listen, because it's you that over the last 5 years have made this show incredibly popular, and it wouldn't be popular without you, so we thank you so much. And don't forget to visit our sponsors
at nickandroy.com. I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy has been brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion. Located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market, or visit toms-place.com. And by Pete's Pizza, celebrating 40 years serving the St. Catharines and Niagara Falls area. Pete's Pizza. Life is not about finding yourself, it's about finding pizza. If you're hungry, visit petespizzaniagara.ca.
Beautiful Anonymous changes each week. It defies genres and expectations. For example, our most recent episode, I talked to a woman who survived a murder attempt by her own son. But just the week before that, we just talked the whole time about Star Trek. We've had other recent episodes about sexting in languages that are not your first language, or what it's like to get weight loss surgery. It's unpredictable, it's real, it's honest, it's raw. Get Beautiful Anonymous wherever you listen to podcasts.